There it is, Black Power, the General Seti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Black Power, family. To all my peoples out there, kingseti.com, online marketplace, got all that fly African products for you going over there. Got some for the kings, got some for the queens, got t-shirts, hoodies. You understand? We got that classic Seti DVD. You see what I'm saying? We got art, we got everything that you need over there at kingseti.com. Go check us out. To all my family, supporting the General Patreon, General Seti, going over there, got exclusive material, over there, only for my Patreon family. Become a patron today and get that fly information that you will never see on YouTube, because they'll put me up off of this motherfucker. And to all my family out there, Seti University, generalseti.com, going over there, that's just everything. You understand what I'm saying? From the old to the new, you understand what I'm saying? You got over, 400-500 videos on the site already. You understand what I'm saying? About 50, 60, 70 subjects and growing. You feel me? And so, family, today, I just want to, come out of the monotony. You know what I'm saying? The coronavirus, we already know what it is. If you don't know by now, it ain't the corona, it's the crack. Okay? You niggas looking at, you niggas looking at the symptoms. You know what I'm saying? The corona ain't nothing but a symptom. You understand what I'm saying? It's not the problem. If you don't deal with the cracker, you're gonna have another goddamn corona. In 2 weeks, your ass gonna be sick again. You understand what I'm saying? You're not dealing with the mentality that originated the corona. When you deal with the mentality that then you getting at the root of that up, I just get straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody else cut the cracker some slack, I don't cut him no slack. You understand? I don't try to separate one from the other. I throw all the motherfuckers in one pot and put that bitch on boil. You understand what I'm saying? I put their ass right in the grease. You understand what I'm saying? And let all of them, and let them fry. You know what I'm saying? And so today, because it just showed, a lot of people put, you're giving these beasts more power than what's necessary. You know what I'm saying? We got to see we are the very root of anything. You understand what I'm saying? That's of any significance on this planet. We the root of it. You understand what I'm saying? If it ain't from the African, it ain't even significant, because we could have did without. God damn it, if we built civilizations 3,000 and 10,000 years before anybody, what the fuck we need with your shit? We were doing pretty good with our own reliance. You understand? Our own ingenuity. So we don't need none of that. See, today we too dependent on some beats and shit. You understand? I'm not shouting out no beats. Don't no beats get no goddamn shout out from the general. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know it's all a mind game. You understand what I'm saying? It's all, a great act. You know what I'm saying? And all the politicians and religious leaders, they ain't nothing but actors. You understand, on the script. So I don't fall into, what I'm saying, the game that's being played out there. You understand? Because if black people do what they supposed to do, they wouldn't be in none of these motherfucking predicaments. I'm gonna talk about the brother that was murdered down there in Georgia tomorrow. I've been on talking about, but again, I done told you niggas, and I told you niggas, you can continue to go on and on and on with fraudulent ideas. Too many of these niggas got no heart. They just like the Tin Man and shit. Going down the motherfucking yellow brick road looking for the wizard so they can get a heart in their motherfucking chest. The little lion that's going down the yellow brick road looking for the Wizard of Oz so they can get some courage. You see what I'm saying? This is where it's at. And so it's so sad that a brother, then lost his life, you know what I'm saying, in the face of, what continues to be, you know what I'm saying, an ongoing onslaught of black people. You understand? From the time we stepped, even before we got on the ship, to even today. And niggas were fraudulent. That's all you're doing, niggas, fraudulating with these fake ass plans and shit. I'm not about no marching. I'm not about, signing no petitions and shit or none of that. That's fake shit. I don't want, the first and foremost, we got to have some proactive measures so that brother don't lose his life, that sister don't lose her life. Because it ain't about, pretending like you some kind of a fucking activist after black people lose their life. It's about putting and enacting some measures to put fear in motherfuckers' heart that they will never step to African people in that manner. But when we got niggas that'll dodge being a man and stepping up and seeing this beast as a brotherhood, you understand what I'm saying? To let them know that anytime they threaten or put an African's life in threat for any racist or any other cause, then they're going to see the full force and full measure of African black brotherhood coming down on their motherfucking head. That's the only thing that's going to change that. You see what I'm saying? Because we're talking about black power. You understand what I'm saying? And power is backed up by force, not by begging and negotiating and signing a petition. That ain't no goddamn power. Nigga, you petitioning the same man that has, brutally, lynched another brother to bring justice to that. No, you must bring justice to your own family. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck a part of signing a petition and marching them in D.C. That's another motherfucking fabricated ass situation. You know what I'm saying? It's deeply rooted in these beasts. And I don't want to get away from the subject too much. It's deeply rooted in these beasts till they think that they could do whatever the fuck they want to do to our people. And I say, as I've always said, because niggas is scared to lose something that they willing to lose anyway over some dumb shit. Niggas talking about they scared, but they'll go out here and get in these streets and do all type of fabricated dumb shit and lose their motherfucking life anyway over some bullshit. So that's bitch shit that niggas talking about. It's time for our family to come together in a liberation move. Because again, and I'm gonna get off of this, but it's a necessary thing that I need to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? And god damn, why that brother didn't have that goddamn thing on him. You know what I'm saying? I was wishing that the ancestor would magically put one of them damn things in his hand so he could have blew all their goddamn brains on the ground. I must say that. In self-defense. In self-defense. These peoples is attacking and snap. But soon as we speak upon, once we speak upon, the defense of our own lives, then somehow we call, we'll call terrorists and, antagonists and this, that, and the third. But I'm not going to be quiet. We can't be quiet behind these things. We got to speak up when it's time to speak up. And when you put fear in people's heart and mind that, they could lose their life, they'll think long and hard before they come to take yours. Now, today we dealing with the founding fathers' obsession with ancient Egypt. And the reason why I have to, ignite the mind about this, because we still see too many unqualified individuals is teaching about ancient history. You see what I'm saying? And the niggas ain't been no further than their goddamn living room. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been no further, even if they've been down to the public library. They ain't been no further than the motherfucker. They armchair scholars. You know what I'm saying? So when I debate a motherfucker, the first thing I ask him, I say, have you been to that which you teaching? Okay, if you haven't been, automatically that's a knockout blow, nigga, because you regurgitating some shit that you read from somebody else or you just goddamn made it up. That's just all it is. If you have not been and you do not have an eyewitness account, nigga, either you read it somewhere or you made the shit up because you have no first-hand account of that which you didn't talk. You see what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. And when I ask me, they get to stuttering and shit because they already know that that's a knockout blow right there. Okay, where did you get the information from? You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of people try to downplay the effect that even Egypt has on the world today. A lot of people say, oh, that's a goddamn lie. Everything that is standing right now today is from our ancestors of ancient Egypt that mastered all the sciences and arts that we know of today, damn near 25,000 years ago. And it has not been no type of advancement because they mastered it. They brought many of these sciences to an extreme perfection to really, you can't even add on. You see what I'm saying? What you gonna add to the wheel? The wheel was perfected. Motherfucker, damn near 15, it ain't nothing. If it was brought to its greatest advancement that could be brought to, the motherfucking 365-day calendar. That's what it is. It's perfect in calculation. You understand what I'm saying? So many of these signs, and so that's why Egypt, even, a lot of people go into the even smaller cultures, and I do that to show you that even the smallest culture in Africa had, you know what I'm saying, an effect on what Egypt would become. But Egypt is the full package. You see what I'm saying? There is no other culture in Africa, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? And I love all of Africa. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But when you you buy for time, you ain't got time to go in, that's for somebody that's who's specializing in that. Nigga, we need to get the information to the people immediately. You understand? They ain't gonna sit there and let you go in and talk about pottery and little small things. So you have to, if you got one shot to bring clarity of African greatness, you have to go to ancient Egypt. And it's, when we're looking at the elite, we're dealing with Freemasonry right now. When you're dealing with the elite, what we call the Illuminati, or whoever, whatever, term you want to use, you see that the greatest symbols of all of Freemasonry is from ancient Egypt. It's telling you something. Just like I said, they could not advance beyond what the ancestors brought. You see what I'm saying? Let me bring some things up so I can talk it while I walk. You see what I'm saying? Let me talk it while I walk. You see? And so, even though I said the founding fathers, I will be dealing with a video right after this on General Seti's YouTube page where I'll be dealing with the Irish Freemasonry, Grand Lodge. And you see, this is actually from the Grand Lodge in Dublin, Ireland. You see what I'm saying? Where you can go all through the Egyptian regalia and the Egyptian room, which they call the Royal Arch Room. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to deal with that royal arch at that time so we can break that science down. It's a clear understanding that they know that the ancient Egyptians was black. Okay? Now, if you going in your dark rooms and you understand what I'm saying? And what I want to be clear about this, when you talk about the founding fathers, we talking about not just the elite or the founding fathers, the cracker founding fathers. We're not talking about our founding fathers. We're dealing with America. America don't belong to us. So the title is in clarity. So when you talk about America, this institution that we call America, and we're dealing with the founding fathers, then we're talking about Washington. We're talking about Jefferson. We're talking about all these motherfuckers. Benjamin, they say Benjamin Franklin might not have been one of them motherfuckers, but it don't make no difference because there's a vast majority of the original founding fathers of this America that we live in today that were of the Grand Lodge of Freemasonry. And matter of fact, George Washington was the Grand Master. You see what I'm saying? In the irony that these people got our people enslaved, yet it's still in the back halls and in the dark rooms, they in there venerating and worshiping our people. You see what I'm saying? And niggas will come out here and tell you that Egypt don't mean nothing to us no more. Yet it's still the elite of all the known world today, whether it be the motherfucking Pope, whether it be the heads of all states of Europe, Asia, Africa, nonetheless, even in their Western, ideology, they go in these back rooms with Egypt, and they know that Egypt is the foundation. And when we talk about Masonry, which I'm gonna get off into, we talking about the laying of stones. We're not talking about, what they call speculative masonry, where you speculate. You understand? We're talking about operative masonry. Okay, let me bring down something. So right here, as we talking about, the theft of our legacy, because even then when you see these two, what we call obelisks, which some motherfuckers call one, the larger one in DC, and what they call the National Mall, they call it the Washington Monument. And this monument is the phallus of Osiris, a black god that damn near lived 25,000 years before George Washington Mammy was conceived, less known George Washington. Yet and still they say it's George Washington Monument. See, stealing from us our legacy that our ancestors made, because this is the regeneration of the African race. They even got them, you know what I'm saying? Painted the motherfucker white and shit, this, that, and the third, that, it may symbolize something to them and then put. But if you look at the god men, and if you actually looked on the wall with God Osiris, is actually black. You see what I'm saying? It's black to represent that melanin, that regenerative melanin, nigga, that brought forth the universe. You see what I'm saying? So you see here, this is the tomb of old George Washington. You understand? The first Grand Master, I don't know if he was the first Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of the United States, but I wouldn't be far off. Okay, so when you look at these two obelisks, which represent what? The laws of opposites. You see what I'm saying? They are, in one definition, it represents what? Resurrection. Because we understand what? That resurrection represents what? Re-erection. Okay? When you re-erect, there's the possibility, that's resurrection or re-erection, the possibility to bring forth what? New life. Okay, and so in order for there to be a resurrection, you got to re-erect. And the only thing that's going to make you re-erect is that African woman. That's why you see the goddess. See, it's a what they term the metaphysical understanding. When you see that queen, when you see your wife, when you see that, that one that you love, you know, wherever you at, and you see that black woman, and you have an energy go through you, okay? And that energy, what causes you what? To re-erect. And only the woman energy can do that for a man, unless you on some crazy shit. You see, but even if that happens, it's still, if it's some old artificial shit going on, it's still no possibility for life. So that's not resurrection. Okay, that's some artificial, off the wall shit. You understand? They got many of you niggas with the Rona now. You niggas is off the wall and shit. You know, you allowing motherfuckers that's off the wall to rule the planet and bring forth, you know, all type of unnatural measures on the planet, and you sit back with all types of excuses why you haven't removed these motherfuckers from the planet Earth. So as you see here, and you come down, you see what? The two tekens, or the two obelisks in front of the African temple. The Egyptian temple, Nubian temple, Ethiopian temple, Puntite temple. Okay, because we find these temples all up and down the Nile Valley. You understand? Representing again the laws of opposite, male and female, up and down. You understand what I'm saying? Left and right, the balance of the universe. You see what I'm saying? To remember that there's always a balance in the universe that must, you know, the scales must weigh. You understand? When you allow yourself to go too much to the left and too much to the right, and you don't balance the scale. You understand what I'm saying? Shit flip on your ass. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just what has happened. Too much has been, you know, effectively put on the negative side of the universe to the shit then flipped on us. And the only way you're going to get it is to balance the scale. And many times you have to remove motherfuckers to balance the scale, because they effectively a unnatural entity that don't know anything other than what they doing today. And that's clear about, you know, why people are having a lot of, you know, confusion going on, because like I said, our ancestors studied the universe. And so, you know, as you studied it, you began to learn the definition of all things. You know what the definition of the sun is. You know what the definition of the earth is in relationship to the sun. And knowing, you know when the sun rises, you know when the sun sets. And when you study the revolution of the earth going around the sun, then you understand the seasons. You know what time to plant. You know what time to harvest. You know when the monsoons is coming in. You know when you have to get that out. You know the food, the harvest out of the field. You understand? For you a disaster come along and, you know, snatch a whole year's worth of harvest, and then the people is in famine. So you have to study, so you understanding the nature of the universe. And so, you know, people have denied the nature of such beings on the planet. You understand? To make a beast a human, or make a beast the type of thing in which we could, even if we want it, you know, negotiation is okay if there's a possibility for negotiation. But when you understand the nature of a thing that has no negotiation within it, why the fuck is you negotiating? You understand what I'm saying? You have failed in your endeavors to know the nature of all things in the universe. When you understand the nature of all things in the universe, it's like knowing how to move the players, or the players on the chessboard. When you know how to move them and shit, then you can put your combinations together and win the game. But if you a silly motherfucker, you don't understand how to move the players, you get up there like little kids and you just move them like you're playing checkers and shit. Okay, you know, I done seen kids do that. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what we're doing by denying that we know what this beast is. I don't have no time. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have no time. So we see here that again, you know, and when you understand that this is the man's burial, You see what I'm saying? When people are going into the afterlife, you know, the way that they choose to be buried is of the most in significance and importance of any decision they could make in their life, because you're going into the afterlife. This ain't just no, you know, this is a fucking fad, or they say Egypt mania. It wasn't no fad. Them motherfuckers went to Egypt and they saw the reality of how to go into the afterlife. And once they saw it, they chose not to go back. Now, these is motherfuckers that's Christians, Jews, Muslims. They play these games. They come out front and say, oh, assalamu alaikum. They come out and say, hallelujah, excuse me, hallelujah, and all of this shit. And you know, and then, like I say, these same, you know, priests and rabbis and imams that come out front and teaching you about some goddamn Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, Jesus, and when they go into the Freemason halls, they go right into the world of our ancient ancestors, and this is what they know to be the real information and the real truth. And so when you come down here, you looking at George Washington, I guess that's his wife's sarcophagus. These are stone sarcophaguses. You see what I'm saying? And you know, and again, I don't know if that's his wife, but I'm gonna just assume that that's his wife back there. You understand? So you got the obelisks. You understand what I'm saying? You got the stone sarcophaguses in this tomb, and then there's more things, because George Washington got a lot of Masonic structures all over DC and all over, you know, the United States. Okay, this is another to show you his stone sarcophagus. Okay, this ain't just no wooden motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, coffin and shit. A lot of motherfuckers get thrown right on in a coffin. But here you see old George, he in a stone sarcophagus. So in ancient Egypt was the first place that they brought forth the stone sarcophagus. Okay? Now when you go to ancient Egypt, I want y'all to see this. I'm gonna take King Seti out and bring it right back. You see this sarcophagus right here. This is over damn 100 tons. You see what I'm saying? Look at the men at the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? This motherfucker can damn near put his head up under the top piece. You understand what I'm saying? The bottom piece is almost tall as the man alone. So you're talking about over, you understand, 100 tons. And so you see here the weak mimic of these men trying to imitate, and like I say, they know exactly who put these structures there. I don't want nobody to be fooled. Okay, it's too many books that have been written by all them early Caucasoids that they know that Egypt was black. They done everything that they can to try to explain it away, but they can never get away from the fact. You understand what I'm saying? That, you know, even if you saw an individual with this color, do you know, first and foremost, a Caucasian gonna get red and he gonna get dead. Let me bring that to your consciousness real quick. A Caucasoid will get red and get dead real quick. Okay, they never gonna get, you understand what I'm saying, this color that you see right here. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So even if they try to put a brown color or a bronze color on a statue and try to, you understand, put a Caucasoid face or anything, they done fucked up. It just shows that their conscience is in turmoil, because they know goddamn well that's not them. And the fact of all the numbers of skin cancer that you see that's cropping up all over the world is proof of that. They'll never get that color. Their ass is gonna get red and they're gonna get dead, and that's gonna be the end of the story. You see what I'm saying? So we come down here just to show you, look at that man down there. He ain't even up to the top of the damn bottom piece. You see what I'm saying? This is just showing you how large this particular sarcophagus is. Now, this is one of Tutmosis III. So when we talk about who brought forth stone sarcophaguses, okay, what today they might call a coffin, it was an ancient, and so you even see there, you know what I'm saying, that this is a legacy that belongs to us. Now, we looking at right here, where George Washington has his, where, you know, this is the symbol of giving praise to the Almighty in ancient Egypt. Many times you will see them in front, you know, in giving veneration to the sun. And many of the, and, you know, and the Africans, you know, many times look at the divine animal, you know, creatures of the planet for the science of the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you see, you know, early in the morning, the yellow baboon, which is sacred to who? To Hootie. You see him put his hands up. Many of the animals, even the birds, you will see with their wings. If the sun is too bright, they'll take their wings and, you know, cuff their wings and put their head down because the sun is so bright. So, you know, when they seen the baboon with his hands up, you know what I'm saying, kind of trying to block out the sun, they took that to be the baboon was giving veneration to the sun. So, you know, when you take it all the way, see, you will never, unless somebody show you that, see, you won't know the source, because there's always a source, a cause and an effect. It's always a source to all thoughts. You ain't just gonna have no motherfucking thought. It's something that's gonna bring you, that spark that thoughts. Thoughts lead to other thoughts. You see what I'm saying? And so when they saw the baboon, then they incorporated that into their own spiritual system. Now this motherfucking beast went over there and saw the brother giving praise, but he can't take it all the way back to the source of where it come from. So he's just a thief. You know, they don't have no geographical, no spiritual origin to none of what you see. You understand? He's just a thief from the apron. When you see the apron right there, this is a brother. You see what I'm saying? This is a brother of the crowd because he got on his apron. He's not the grand master, but he is a brother. Now, George Washington so happened to be the grand master of his own particular stolen, fabricated lodge. Okay, of his own stolen, fabricated lodge. But he, you know, once Napoleon and the British and all of them went into Egypt, then that's when they fabricated what you know of today as modern Freemasonry. Nigga, period. Period. I don't want to hear nothing about no Babylon. There was nothing but lies and misdirection. Ain't no goddamn Babylon. How in the hell they gonna be goddamn a part of Freemasonry when they use goddamn a fucking mud and straw bricks to build those so-called ziggurats, and ain't one still standing? And that's the simple fact that they did not have the highest understanding of architecture in masonry, because masonry is stone. Okay, you dealing with rock and you dealing with stone. So ain't no motherfucking mud, straw, brick got shit to do with no motherfucking masonry. The fuck out of here. Nigga, ain't nothing still standing in Israel or none of that. Okay, I don't even know. Now you can look at Herod's temple, the second Herod. That ain't the first Herod. That's the second. That's his temple. And he was supposed to be a persecutor of the Jews. So while they over there, you know, praying to that wall, like it's actually part of Solomon's temple, is a fucking farce and a bunch of bullshit, because it's not Solomon's temple, and they know that. So they over there praying to their own oppressor on his wall, fabricating a false religion, thinking they fooling somebody. Okay, and again, you see right here, you see the brother right here with praise, You understand what I'm saying? Giving praise. You know what I'm saying? You see right here the false fabricated Grand Master, so-called George Washington, who has went over and who has gotten stolen legacy, just like the French and the British went into Egypt, stealing, raping, robbing tombs, and then they went to fabricating what they saw on the papyruses. Millions of them they got stored in storehouses all over Europe. All the rich elite of America and Europe got all type of papyrus stolen, treasures from Africa in they damn cellars, and they stolen rooms in the cellars of they goddamn houses and castles and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So we know where they got it from. Now, this is the George Washington's memorial. If I'm not mistaken, this is his memorial in Washington, D.C. And so you see again, right here, you see the Tekken, but at the top, you see the step pyramid up there. You see what I'm saying? You see the step pyramid up there. So this, this is a Tekken, but it got the pyramid at the top. Okay, let me bring this down some. So you can see the step pyramid. So this has nothing to do with no goddamn Greece or no Rome or no motherfucking Babylon or no damn, because Israel didn't build no goddamn pyramid. The goddamn, the so-called Babylonians, I'm sick of that. Every time they show you the ziggurat of Babylon or Ur, all it is a drawing, and it's a replica of the the pyramid of Saqqara. And when you look at the pyramid, and I can show you at a later date, you can look that shit up yourself. There's no goddamn ziggurat standing nowhere. Motherfucking Saddam Hussein was the one that put some bricks around a fucking a dilapidated mud mound. They don't know what the fuck it looked like when it was standing. But that shit, even the motherfucking Indians did better than that. At least they mounds are still standing. Them motherfuckers ain't even, it just melted. You see what I'm saying? So they was the worst of any goddamn civilization. The worst of any civilization as far as leaving some type of structure. They got what you see over there, the Africans put over there. But it was in no comparison to what was in the Nile. So for them to use Babylon and some goddamn Persia or whatever as some type of equal as far as architecture and science, where ancient Egypt is one of the most, this shit is, need to be on Comedy Def Jam. Because no motherfucking real scholar would be able to just use art, if he was using just straight up evidence, that which was left, it's not hard to come to the conclusion that the so-called Mesopotamians, whether they was Africans or not, wasn't even close to being on the level of the ancient Egyptians. You see what I'm saying? And what they call the Israelites, a fabricated race, because the Egyptians controlled that land. You understand? That was a colony of ancient Egypt. It was not called Israel. And the oldest artifacts in that land are Egyptian. That's facts. I don't want to go on and on about that. You go do your research, motherfucker, and get back with me. So here, you're looking at the Washington Monument. Again, you see the step pyramid. Here you go. This your old lying-ass Abraham Lincoln. Talking about he set some slaves free. And his motherfucking wife, her father, was one of the biggest goddamn plantation owners in the United States. You understand what I'm saying? And when the man so-called set the damn slaves free, he only set the slaves free in the damn states that had rebelled against the Union. Okay? And so there was states in the South that did not rebel against the Union, that he did not ban slavery in. And niggas don't even talk about that. You understand what I'm saying? That was only to break the South and get the slaves to come on the side of the damn North to break their damn back. That's all that it was. It wasn't that he gave a fuck about you, nigga. That was a militaristic move. It had nothing to do with morality at all. It's sad that I had to say that to you, Negro. Some of y'all motherfuckers love Abraham Lincoln. Love it. Love that man. Some of you motherfuckers probably put on the top hat for Abraham Lincoln's birthday. That's how you niggas is. You see, so you see right here. And so the question becomes, you will hear a lot of motherfuckers say, you understand? And the fact was they had the Bible, they had the Quran, but when they went into Egypt under Napoleon, man, that shit blew their mind. They say, take this shit right here, and you can go on and put that shit in the garbage can, because we done seen the truth and we not going back. You understand what I'm saying? We not going back. You can go to the Catholic, you can go into St. Peter's, and you can see the eye of Heru, which they call the eye of Almighty God, the all-seeing eye in the goddamn St. Peter's Basilica. Okay, so right there you see old Abraham Lincoln with his ugly ass right there in front of that monument, which ain't nothing but the obelisk, which ain't nothing but the penis of Osiris. The black man, the black God. Okay, nobody want to talk about that. Okay, and you see him right there sitting in Masonic posture. Okay, now I'll bring you back to that Masonic posture real soon. Now, my uncle Pianki brought me to the consciousness of this mausoleum, this Egyptian mausoleum, because this is in Detroit. You see what I'm saying? And this is Dodge connected to Chrysler. You understand what I'm saying? So he said, you got to go out. When I seen the pictures that he took, I said, well, what the fuck is this? I just started going into all the old cemeteries all across Detroit. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying, God damn, as he put it to me, this is a person going off into the afterlife. Motherfuckers ain't playing with that. They want something that they know can help get them across that river. They want something that's gonna get them through the gate and have that scale balance. They ain't gonna just this ain't no damn fad. They knew once they saw the truth in Africa, they left all that other shit. Now they give it to your ass for the effect of mind control and mass control. But when you look at the elite that went over there and had the money to send ventures and expeditions to Africa to get that information, they went down in like an ancient Egyptian. Yeah, they Romo Greek defied the Egyptian, giving it the marble look and shit like that. Yeah, you got the Sphinx and shit, which is which is really female. You know what I'm saying? They Europeanized it to many extents, but they didn't change nothing. Only thing is they changed the African features and put the European features there. So my thing is Dodge and shit. And let me see if I got if I could take you all the way around it. But I'll go back. So now you see where they get the term Dodge Ram, because you got to understand that that's Armin Ra. You understand that's the sacred zoo type of Amen, the ram. If you go to the temple of Karnak in Thebes, or what they call Waset, you understand what I'm saying? Luxor for the Arab term. You understand? You will see the temple of Karnak, which is the great temple to the god Amen. And as you come up to the second pylon, you will see a ram head sphinx. And then even when you come through the second pylon, you will see another row of sphinx. You understand what I'm saying? That of rams that's in, because that's sacred to Amen. So not only did old Dodge have a Egyptian mausoleum and burial, he even took many of the terminology. Again, that's in masonry. So the question becomes, if it's powerful enough for the elite in all the known world, the European, the Asians, the Arab, to steal our symbols and use them, if they could surpass that, where they goddamn symbols that has surpassed what our ancestors have laid down on this planet, they know that our ancestors can't even be, you can't even advance past. In order for you to advance past the Egyptian, you're gonna need damn near 1 million fucking years on this planet. Fuck is wrong with you niggas? You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. You can get double promoted in this motherfucking Caucasoid school system, but you can't jump over no zodiac house when each house is 1,200 fucking years. Either you've lived through that house and you recorded what was in that house, or you don't know what, and you can fabricate, you can falsify, whatever the fuck, but that does not give you eyewitness account, documentation, verification, and record of what is in that house unless you walk through that house. So unless the Africans of ancient Egypt was afforded research that came to them from down the Nile, which have been recorded for close to 500,000 years. So ain't no way, nigga, you gonna hop, skip, and jump and fabricate nothing. We talking about real motherfucking research. You must be an eyewitness. Or say, so there is no civilization on the planet that can even come close. Goddamn, Greece only lasted for 400 years. Rome, even if you add the Western and the Eastern together, you only gonna get about 1,200 years. So when you add Greece and Rome together, you can throw the goddamn Arabic shit on it, and you can put all them motherfuckers together, and they still have not been on the planet half the time of ancient Egypt. Okay, so you're not gonna tell me that some Greek shit and some Roman shit, so that's why they always bow down to the greater science, because it's real. What the fuck is you talking about? Everything that these motherfuckers doing, they got from ancient Egypt, and then they come out and act as if somehow, anytime they say, oh, we've discovered, bitch, you ain't discovered shit. We've been seeing that shit. The fuck is you discovered? Goddamn Dogon is in the damn hills of Mali. Noah's Sirius A, Sirius B, Sirius C, and all the other goddamn Siriuses. Because we done been around the whole great year, which is the solar great year. We done seen all visible stars that can be seen on the solar sphere, not just the earthly sphere of 300. We're talking about the great year where the sun is moving in its rotation around its, great cycle, which is 24 to 25,000 years. So even if you listen to the Cracker when he talking about evolution, which is a lie, he'll at least say, oh, yeah, well, we got documentation of bones that go 2 million, 3, even if, bitch, we don't want to hear nothing about no 8. That's your way of hating the fact. And so if a great year is 25,000 years, and we've been documented to been in Africa for damn near 2, 3, how many motherfucking times have we seen the great year? Okay, how many 25,000 years, how many 25,000s go into 1 million, nigga? Okay, so we didn't see, and so it's no hop, skipping, and jumping. It's no mystical, magical nigga that gonna look in no goddamn and give you nothing. Either you walk it and then you can talk it. So when you look at Egypt, within Egypt is all of the sustenance of 1 million years that then came down river and flowing through ancient Egypt. And you cannot duplicate it, and they know that. And that's why they continue today to bury themselves in their last rites in honor of our ancestors. So if they can find power in the symbols of our ancestors, why can't you, nigga? I'm sick of you niggas hop, skipping, and jumping and shit and getting around the goddamn truth. Not today. Let me move forward, family, because I want to get. And so when you talk about Ram Tuck, you see, we understand Amen to be what? To be a warrior's god. You see, many times Amen will have the what? The kopish, which is the Egyptian sickle. So he was the war deity. He replaced Montu. Now, Montu was the warrior god of Waset before Amen. But many times when a stronger clan come up, they usurp the earlier god. You see what I'm saying? So in that sense, Amen usurped a lot of Montu. And this is where you get Montu arts, not martial arts, Montu arts, where you see the brothers on the wall going through over 100, sometimes 200-300 throws, kicks, chops, blocks, and all of that. Okay? Again, showing you the ram. And so you see the fakeness. If he has something of his own. And so we keep giving these Freemasons, they don't have nothing of originality. How the fuck am I gonna join them? Motherfucking, they trying to join me. But we just haven't been told. You understand? We got to go back to Imhotep. We got to go back to all the great architects. I'm gonna just do a video on just all the great architects. You know, the ones that was responsible for, and motherfucker talking about masonry. Yeah, you speculate. And see, when you look up speculate, it says in the definition, guessing. Bitch, I'm not here to guess. I know the facts. Imhotep laid down the oldest structure. We can say first, but I try not to say first because Africa got a way of just, shocking the mind and shit, where, it brings forth, greater and greater discoveries all the time. But, if it was there, we probably would have seen it. And it hasn't been seen yet on the level of what we call megalithic structures that the oldest stone structure on the planet to this day is the step pyramid of Saqqara. You see what I'm saying? And that's facts. And then when you look at all the great structure, we're talking about stone. I don't want to hear nothing out of you niggas. You need to have your tongue cut out your goddamn mouth for this fraudulent shit, especially the black one. Because, nigga, I know you didn't, it's 2020. You didn't heard something. Okay, and so here we is, this is Winters, whatever his name is, he got a mausoleum, an Egyptian mausoleum. You see up there the papyrus columns. Ain't no goddamn papyrus in goddamn Norfolk or no goddamn Virginia or no goddamn, South Carolina. Ain't no goddamn papyrus. You understand? They stole, the symbolisms of Africa and raped the people and raped them of not only their physical being, their spiritual and their historical being. We got to take it back. If they can find strength in taking out some, why you can't? And if they can go down in our ancestors, why the fuck is you going down in the fraudulent shit that you did? That's, understand that when you go down, that's your last right. That's your last right. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know that you're moving in the right fashion. And so they gave up all the lies to get buried, as our ancestors would have been buried. Okay? Again, got them demon-ass sphinxes out front. This is tape. This is old tape. Now, I can tell you where he got that. The next time, if you ever seen the horn acket of Amenemhat, you look it up, Amenemhat. I don't know, that might have been, is that Amenemhat the third? I don't know if it's Amenemhat the first or Amenemhat Amenem had. Okay, he was the first one, I think, that put Amen in his name. I think he was in the 13th dynasty. You see what I'm saying? I think he might have been in the 13th dynasty. But he built the last large pyramid. He built two. Okay, I think he built one at Hawara, and he built another one. I don't know where the other one was at, but he built two larger. But if you look up, and he black, okay, ain't no doubt. And so they, you know, that right there show you that them motherfuckers is honoring black people at the same time committing the greatest tragedy that ever been produced, the greatest Holocaust and genocide on this planet, on our people. Okay, at the same time. The irony of this shit. You see what I'm saying? Here another, look at all this fairly and so on, Nah, check this out. Check this shit out right here. I want y'all to listen to me right here. You see this tomb, this pyramid tomb? This is in New Orleans. This is in New Orleans. I forget the name. I think it's that famous cemetery with LeVay, you know what I'm saying? The voodoo queen, whatever, Marie LeVay. I believe that's the same cemetery. This motherfucker, Nicolas Cage, I think it was 2 plots left in that cemetery. He bought one of them plots. Okay, and so what you looking at, he didn't already put his tomb in the motherfucker. That's Nicolas Cage. See what I'm saying? So when he started doing all that motherfucking, national treasure shit, it fucked his head up. Okay, he didn't go get no Christian cross. He didn't go get no Jewish synagogue shit or nothing. This motherfucker went and got a pyramid and put it in for his fine. That's saying something. That's saying some serious shit right there. Okay, and so let me see what because I'm going to go on over here to General Seti and give my General Seti people. So, matter of fact, I'm coming on down. Y'all need to go on over there. Y'all need to go on over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on over there to General Seti and give my General Seti family some. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm scheduled to be over there. I'm gonna continue on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can I gave family over here a good hour. I don't want this to sit on no 2 hours or nothing. I want to split it and then give, the General Seti family some so y'all can go over there and get that and split it in half so it'll be more powerful. Some of this information, I don't want to just crowd it on one video. Okay, family? So, again, y'all already know what it is. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Going over there, fuck with me. I got something nice for you. Believe that. Shirts. I got some necklaces, some comedic jewelry for you. I got some African earrings, jewelry for the queens, t-shirts, hoodies. I got that original General Suten Seti classic. You understand what I'm saying? Get the original. Quit looking at that blurry shit online and go on and get you some classic. This the shit you put up. If you buy all that other shit, you want this on your shelf for your babies. Promise you that. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University. Almost 400-500 videos I'm uploading daily. So, it's going to come a point in time that it's a must-have. You know what I'm saying? In this day and age. Because I'm fighting hard to keep the legacy of our people on this planet. Okay? I'm not trying to let it, morph off into something. Keeping the elders alive. Fuck with me. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, and my Patreon. General Suten Seti, gone over there. I got live stream over there. You understand what I'm saying? I got exclusive material. Whatever's on it is harder than what I could do on YouTube. Even though over there, I had to because Seti just too hard for any motherfucking thing. Okay, that's how I keep it. That's my formula. Keep that shit hard as fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Let the other motherfuckers put the cut on it. When I drop my shit on the table, motherfucker, I drop it on there raw. Boom, bitch, you take it and put the cut on it. I ain't got time for that. The motherfucker hit my shit, motherfucker going to sleep on that cosmic reality, that cosmic spirituality. So get on over there, Patreon, General Seti. I'm out. General Seti YouTube page. I'll be over there in 5 minutes. Don't you miss it, because I'm already on fire. Black Pop.